sentenced behind bars for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. She was also ordered to pay restitution to victims of the nationwide telemarketing scheme that prosecutors said targeted elderly, vulnerable victims. Now, a Bureau of Prison spokesperson says she's in community confinement. Real Housewives executive producer Andy Cohen says Shah will not be returning to the show. Former Real
All right, welcome back, kings and queens, y'all. Today we are talking to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Former housewives Jen Shah has been released from prison, and when I tell you it has hit, people are talking about it. She's out. She's out. But according to Andy Cohen, he said, "Not today, Satan. Not today." All right. So, according to People magazine, they have the exclusive. When I say exclusive, I mean exclusive. Jen Shah was released from jail after serving y'all 33 months behind bars for telemarketing scheme targeted to the old people, the elderly people. She took advantage of people that didn't stand a chance up against her wits. We're going to talk about it. For those of you who are just tuned in or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
Listen, had I known that Jen Shah was right down the street from me, housed out in a federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas, I would have took my behind down there and got an exclusive. But I didn't know she was in Bryan, Texas, because I could have pulled out my camera, and gave y'all exclusive footage. Next time, y'all gonna have to keep me posted when these people go to prison in Texas, because I will pull up. I'm not above it. But the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star, she departed the federal prison early in the wee hours of the morning. They got her up out of there before they can be overwhelmed with crowd and paparazzi and everything. But here's a couple of things you need to know. Jen Shah was officially released from prison today, Wednesday, December 10th, after serving 3 years behind bars. That went by fast. 3 years? It seems like just yesterday. The second thing that you need to make a notation of, she was originally sentenced to 6.5 years. So they cut her time in half, okay? It was reduced multiple times. I'm not sure how she was able to get it reduced. Maybe she had a hell of a lawyer, but she did 3 years and she's coming home today. The third thing that I think you should make note of is she was arrested for her role in March 2021 and pleaded guilty. Well, she stole from the elderly in March 2021, pled guilty in July 2022. She's home. She's officially been released from prison. She's 52 years old. Imagine that. A woman in her 50s, women in their 50s, just doing dumb stuff. She departed the federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas in the wee hours of the morning, like I said. She's been behind bars since February 2023. 2 years and 9 months and 23 days, almost 3 years. Girl, you got a really good deal. You got a really good deal. Now, nobody knows where she's headed. They've kept that under wraps. She's not saying anything. Her spokesperson isn't saying anything. Her family hasn't said anything. And I'm not sure if she still keeps in touch with any of the castmates on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but they are numb, honey. They are hush-hush about it, right? Now, according to the prison policy, she could have either, because you have to be released to a place, you have to prove that you have a safe place to go to. So according to People magazine, Shah could either have been released to her home or transferred to a halfway house to complete the remaining portion of her sentence under supervision. If she's in a halfway house, listen to me carefully, it will be a halfway house in Texas because she's still under the jurisdiction of Texas. So she would have to complete that in Texas. Y'all go to work and research for me, okay? And while a final decision was made prior to her departure, that information is not being revealed yet in order to protect her privacy. Do they always do that? Or are they doing that because she's a celebrity? Typically, we know where criminals are going, but okay. Now, People magazine inserted this paragraph. They said, we can confirm that Jennifer Shah, transferred on December 10th, 2025 from the federal prison camp Bryan to community confinement overseen by the Bureau of Prisons, Phoenix Residential Reentry Management Office. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. A Bureau of Prison spokesperson told People magazine community confinement means that the inmate is either confined to their home or to a residential reentry center, or basically a halfway house. For privacy, safety, and security reasons, we do not disclose an individual's specific location while in community confinement. Okay, I get it. That's fair. So, Shah, along with her assistant, Stuart Smith, they were arrested in March 2021 for allegedly targeting thousands of individuals, including the elderly, in a nationwide fraud scheme. They were both charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection with telemarketing and conspiracy to commit money laundering, the former of which Shaw pleaded guilty in July of 2022. I have to pause. You have to be some kind of wonderful to target elderly people to commit these types of crimes anyway. Your brain has to completely work different to think that you can just take what you want when you want and there will be no consequences. People like that scare me, whether we're talking money, whether we're talking tangible items, to think that you can completely take what you want that doesn't belong to you and there are no repercussions to your behavior. Okay, girl. Jen issued a statement then. She says, I am sorry. My actions have hurt innocent people. The reality star said at her sentencing on January 6, 2023. I want to apologize by saying that I am doing all I can to earn the funds to pay restitution. You better. But I don't think you can pay any, I don't think any sort of restitution will take away the impact that you made on that one elderly person who allegedly took their lives because you took their livelihood. There is nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you can do to replace an innocent life as the result of your behavior. And that's why I think Andy Cohen is dead set and said, matter of factly, you will never return to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Speaking of Jen Shah, let me just say, because I think she is getting released next week. And I just want to say once again, for anyone who is asking, I think I've said this before, she's not coming back to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She's not. So I wish her all the best in her next life. I would assume she'll wind up on a reality show of some kind. But I won't be anything that I'm working on. I don't know that I could see Bravo working with her again. So there you go. Can we put a period on the end of that sentence?